On the heels of the Liberal cabinet shuffle, questions remain around the ability of the new cabinet to be able to handle the concerns of Canadians. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says that his cabinet shuffle is about putting the best possible team in place to respond to the challenges. He said the government is also focused on showing optimism and ambition for getting Canadians through what he repeatedly referred to as these consequential times. Mr. Trudeau has shuffled two-thirds of his cabinet, leaving only 7 ministers in their previous jobs. This includes Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland and Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly. The shuffle is considered a significant move in light of recent polling numbers for the federal Liberals, and it is quite possibly Mr. Trudeau's cabinet moving into the next election. Well, joining us now to discuss the cabinet shuffle is Mr. Elliot Hughes, Senior Advisor at Summa Strategies. Sir, welcome to Forum Daily.
Thank you.
Now, recent polling indicates that the Liberals are falling behind the Tories. So does this cabinet shuffle provide any hope for change in what seems to be a fatigued government?
Hope, yes, but there's more work to be done. Yesterday was about introducing a new team, a new set of communicators, so to speak, a younger, fresher, more diverse cabinet. But until they've got a different script to use, different policies, while also being able to remind Canadians of the work and the policies that the government has put into place to date, I think we haven't yet seen the full story.
And top concerns of Canadians continue to be the cost of living, health, inflation, and the economy. So does the shuffle and the people move to these new posts addressing these concerns indicate any possibility of improvement when it comes to these major Canadian concerns, sir?
I think so. I think we've got to give them the benefit of the doubt in the sense of, as you mentioned in your intro, there's a whole new group of folks coming in here. But brand new set of cabinet ministers, almost, I think more than 3/4 of them changed. Let's see what they can do. Let's see how they can communicate. Let's see if they can speak to those issues that are, frankly, Canadians are feeling the pain on. And let's see if they can sort of understand that pain, feel that pain, so to speak, and then talk about what the government plans to do to help them out and help them through this tough time.
Lots to keep our eyes on. Now, the number of ministers changing hands was quite large, two-thirds of the cabinet. However, those in top positions in the cabinet, like Chrystia Freeland, Francois-Philippe Champagne, and Melanie Joly, seem to have remained in place. So what do you make of this decision?
Yeah, I think this is perhaps where the government is in for some fair criticism. How much can a government actually change when those key positions don't change and those key sort of front bench members don't change? I think that's something that we're going to have to watch. What I've heard is there's a plan for some of those new ministers in economic portfolios like Anita Anand, Jean-Yves Duclos, who's moved over to public procurement, to give them a bit more of a script to be able to go out there and talk about some of those economic issues that matter so much to Canadians. We'll have to wait and see.
All right, sir. Now, meanwhile, Mr. Trudeau also announced a new position amid the shuffle under the new Ministry of Citizen Services with Terry Beach as the head of the portfolio. So what do we know so far about this new ministry and position? Because it seems even Mr. Beach also had no information on the position yesterday.
Yeah, I think more to come on this one. This position is really sort of customer service, so to speak. And I think Mr. Beach, a BC MP, is very well known for being a great MP, a great local MP, extremely quick to respond to citizens' complaints and concerns. And I think he's been tasked by the Prime Minister to sort of elevate that role to a national, broader level. This will be a cross-cutting ministerial role across departments. And his job is essentially to go around and sort of say, where are there problems? What do we need to do to fix them? We're on it. We're going to get through this, and bringing that sort of customer service feel to the cabinet.
All right, Mr. Hughes, just about a minute left here, but I want to go back to recent polling on the federal parties prior to the cabinet shuffle. What is it about the Tories that seems to be pushing them to lead over the Liberals?
Well, I think Canadians are frustrated. Even though the economy is doing well, unemployment is down, the economy is growing, inflation has come down a significant amount, that hasn't really translated yet, I think, to people's day-to-day lives. The cost of living is still high. The Tories have done a good job of taking advantage of those concerns and that frustration that Canadians feel, and we'll have to see whether or not the Liberals are able to combat that. do they have more policies to come out with? Can they use their communicators that they've elevated in cabinet to get out there and go tell that story? I think that's what we need to look forward for in the fall and in the winter, and as we get closer to the next election.
Lots to watch out for after this shuffle. Again, Mr. Hughes, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me.